Okay, next topic, right? The next topic that
Yeah.
we got to dig into is we're gonna keep it music related. I'm gonna move this up. We're gonna talk about um well, I want to talk about Tyla. So explain the situation because you don't know nothing about this, right? So
Yeah, you're gonna have to do a title segment entirely because all I know is she got drunk at a club, I think.
sort of kinda. So basically explaining the situation. As you know, Tyla released her mixtape, We Want a Party. And while like we everybody on Twitter and even I talked about like, oh, like is this a flop? Did the album perform, like did the mixtape perform? I keep saying album. I need to stop calling it an album. It's a mixtape. How the mixtape performed and all that type of stuff. Tyla is still like, despite it all, Tyla for what she's been through and she's still singing. Um, Tyla is still pushing the mixtape as an artist should. She is still filming music videos for the mixtape. She just announced that the Mr. Media's music video is coming soon. We got some teases from that. And most recently, she's been performing the mixtape at different venues across the world. And most recently, one of the stops that she's been making to perform this mixtape has been in Brazil. Brazil. And the Brazilian Tyler fans have been eating it up. Like we I can't say what the tweet was about, but I remember that one tweet that was talking about um melting it down in titanium. You know the tweet. Um, but the Brazilian Tyler fans, the Tigers as they like to be called, have been loving the mixtape. They've been loving that she's been down there and they've been showing her a good time. I've been seeing some clips from like some of her shows in Brazil. One of the clips was like her kind of giving shade. She was like, "Oh, like these bitches still trying to talk on me." Um, and then some of the performances and stuff like that. Like it seems like a good time. It seems like she's having a good time. But a few days ago, I didn't like yesterday. Um, a clip came out from a fan in which it showed like her like basically passed out, being rushed into a vehicle, and as you would think, everyone is like, "What happened? Is Tyler okay? What's going on here?" Because like the celebrity is just being rushed out of this party, like we don't know what's going on. Um, Eventually, fans and then obviously her and her team have confirmed that she was rushed out of the party because she got a little too drunk and she passed out. But she's fine.
Mm,
So that is the
well,
situation.
that's dangerous.
Listen,
That's dangerous.
listen. She's a party girl. The party girl thing is a part of her brand. I get it. That's kind of me. That's kind of mood. Technically, like I wish I was joking. I've been rushed out. I've been rushed out of
Ooh,
I got rushed out of a wedding
I
like
didn't know about
drunk
this. You didn't hit
once.
me up about this.
Okay, so I think it was either late last year or earlier this year. One of my relatives was getting married, and I flew down to
Mm.
Memphis. It was my first time in Memphis. I no shade, did not like Memphis. Memphis, I don't know what they're doing with the funding, but Memphis looked very run down. Memphis looked kind of scary, like the funding is being eaten up by the politicians down there or something, because everything looked like kind of run down. Um, the place was then the rental I was at was also not that tea. I'm gonna be honest with you, but the wedding was great. The wedding was great. The food that they had catered there was delicious, which is shocking for wedding food. I was like, this is actually pretty good for wedding food. The like drinks that they had there was good because the bride and the groom, my relative was the groom. Um, they created custom drinks based off of each other. So it was like, oh, like you get the groom's drink or you get the bride's drink, and the drinks were both good. And then after that, so I had a couple of drinks from that, and after that, once the wedding happened and they got married, my relatives like to get down. I will admit that. The cake dive relatives they do some drinking. Okay, they brought out bottles and they had dark and they had light. They brought out Don Julio. That was the dark liquor that they had. and then they brought out 1800, which was light liquor.
After Julio.
I I'm not a Don Julio guy, and I also don't drink dark liquor like that. I'm a light liquor type of girl. So I was drinking the 1800, doing shots with the family, that type of stuff. I got so drunk. That was the drunkest I've ever been. Um, to the point in which like I was kind of struggling to walk. Eventually, eventually we were like everyone was like, "Oh, like are we good to go?" And I'm like, "Yes, let's go." My uncle rushed me out, drove me home, drove me to the Airbnb. When I tell you in the car, my face was just lifted up because I felt like I was gonna throw up the whole time. I was gone. I was done. Um, I got to bed and I knocked out, and that was that. But yes, I've had my Tyler moment, and you, as a party girl, you will too. So I feel her in this moment. Listen, sometimes you party too hard. Sometimes you party too hard. I get it. Like sometimes you just party too hard. You drink a little too much. You learn from it. You don't do that again.
Mm,
You see you haven't had that yet,
no, I haven't.
but you aren't that much
Quite
of a
frankly,
drinker. You don't drink. You don't like drinking.
I drink. I just don't like drink. It doesn't. It's got to taste good. And let's be real. Let's be real. Alcohol doesn't taste that good.
It really doesn't. Well, it can. It just has to be. You got to
It has to be
have a
the
little
right
zip to
thing.
it. It has to be the right thing. Um,
Yeah.
but that was the Tyler situation. Explained by me. Um,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Let's move on.